June 1993. That's a song all about believing in yourself and what you do. That's Gabrielle and Dreams on Freedom FM's Night Cruise. Well, good morning and welcome to April 30th, the very last day of the month. And thanks for sticking around with me here on Freedom FM's Night Cruise as we glide into the second hour of our light night, whatever this is. My name is Feargal and I'll be keeping you company until 1 a.m. with the smoothest, most romantic tracks from the 90s and, of course, the noughties. And you know what? I think this hour is about to get interesting because it's time for our triple threat game. Now, if you are new to this time of a Wednesday morning because you've just joined us on DAB+, here is the deal. You see, I've mixed together three iconic tracks from the 90s and the noughties, but I've given them a little twist. One is being slowed down, one's playing at normal speed, and one, well, it's been cranked all the way up to 11. And if you get that reference, you know the sequel movie is coming out a little bit later on this year. Anyway, I've taken all those three songs and I've mushed them up into one short snippet. And your job, simply listen closely and figure out the names of all three songs and their artists. And when you crack the code, all you got to do is text or WhatsApp me your answer to 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888. Nail it, then you could bag yourself a proper name check on the radio a bit later on this hour. But if you've no idea and fancy a bit of mischief, then send me in your most ridiculous guesses, and if they make the studio team chuckle, you might just earn yourself a partial shout out and the crown of officially being one of our midnight messers. So let's not waste a moment of your precious time and have a listen to this week's triple threat. So what do you reckon? Need another shot at hearing them again? Okay, here it is. Go on, you know you want to get involved. The lines are open, so text or WhatsApp me your answers or your wildest guesses to 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888. Across Leinster on DAB Plus and streaming worldwide on freedomfm.ie. You're listening to The Night Cruise, and you know, I was just flicking through our big book of nostalgia, the treasured trove of all things 90s and noughties, looking particularly at December 1997. And I can tell you, that was the month that daft.ie went live, changing how we searched for property forever. In sports, some fella called Ronaldo, you might have heard of him, scooped Europe's top award for kicking a ball around the gaff. And in music, Robbie Williams dropped Angels just in time for a shot at the festive #1 slot. You're listening to The Night Cruise here on Freedom FM, and whether you're a regular night owl or tuning in for the first time, I'm your friend Feargal, keeping you company through the wee hours of Wednesday morning. Now, if you have been with us for a while, you'll know that we are knee-deep into this week's triple threat game, a little musical mystery where I've blended three iconic 90s or naughty songs. One's been slowed down, one's at a regular speed, and one has been cranked up, and all three of them have been mushed into one short snippet. And your mission, figure out the names of the songs and their artists. And in case you need a refresher, here is a reminder of the snippet that you've been trying to decode. Now, before I give you another shot at hearing that snippet again, I do have to acknowledge our wonderful midnight messers, those special people who, in exchange for a partial name check on the radio, have been sending in wonderfully ridiculous guesses. So let's start with Holly in Swords. And Holly reckons that Players Anthem by Junior Mafia is not one of the tracks in this morning's triple threat. You know what, Holly? You're absolutely correct. It's not. and thank you for playing along. Next up, Jane and Poppendry sent in Come and Get Your Love by the Real McCoy. Jane, isn't that song as ancient as my long since passed great-great-grandmother? Anyway, you're absolutely right, Jane. It's not in this week's mix. And finally, the king of the Midnight Messers, Sir Joe from Ringsend, says, please tell me, hold me, kiss me, thrill me by U2 isn't in the triple threat. Well, Joe, you are spot on. It's definitely not, but that said, there could be a different U2 song in the mix. Now, to my serious friends, with our messers having had their moment in the spotlight, it's time to refocus. So if you know the correct songs and artists, don't wait. Send your answers in via text or WhatsApp to 0862688888. That's 0862688888, because there's still time to win yourself a full name check on the radio before we wrap up a little bit later on this hour. And in case you need to hear it again, let me give the snippet one more spin. All right, there you have it. Get cracking. Be quick, because I'll reveal the answers right after we hear from Bruce. What a cracking voice. What a great song. Sandy Tom here on Freedom FM, where I can tell you that loads of you wise night owls have been busy cracking this week's triple threat game. 3 songs, 3 speeds, 1 snippet, and your challenge is to tell me the name of the songs and, of course, the artist. And sure, before I reveal the answer, why don't we remind ourselves of the songs you've been guessing at this morning? Now, while I would really like to say a big well done personally to all of you who nailed it, you see, the studio system here only lets me see 4 names at any one time. Technology, eh? So I can only say well done in person to Isabel Bowen, checking in from Rathmines, Alec Collins tuning in from Selbridge, Damien Griffin all the way from Mallow, and Rebecca West listening in Mount Marion here in Dublin this morning. You're all spot on. Well done, you. Now, hang on. Before I reveal the answer, I've got a little request. If you enjoyed playing along, then why not tell your friends about Triple Threat? Then you can all join me next week on Wednesday just after midnight to give it another go. As for this week's songs, here they are in reverse order. Need You Now by Lady A, Stuck in a Moment You Can't Get Out Of by U2, and Love Story by Taylor Swift. That was the last of this morning's Triple Threat. Lady A on the Night Cruise and Need You Now tells me that is all the mess I can make of your radio for this week. Thank you for your company, both you and your messages made to this show, as they always do. Now listen up, because I got to tell you that your friend and mine, Aidan, will have your breakfast at 8. An hour before that, Alan will do the 2009 Freedom Years at 7, and Nikki B is going to do the next night cruise at 11 p.m. tonight. And as for me, well, I'll be back on Monday morning at midnight with another night cruise when we'll find out what you did over the weekend, and I'll give you a crack at our love slowed down game. Until then, my friends, thank you for your time this time, and you know what you got to do. Until next time, take care of yourselves and, of course, each other.